Hi, I'm Alexa, and I don't know what to talk about tonight. I am in this weird space where there's so much I want to say, and none of the words I have are right. And I think that part of that is my own self right now. Physically, mentally, emotionally. It's been a really rough week. It's been a lot of travel in the past 2 months, and I have more travel coming up within the next month. There is obviously a whole world of craziness going on in the political environment, the social culture that's happening. There is uh, stress at work, stress at home, just stress. And we're human, you know? This stuff adds up, and we have those days where it's hard to find what we want to say. There's also a point, and the reason I called this video the price of peace is there comes a point where we have to decide if something is worth worrying about, worth fighting back against, defending ourselves against, whether it is worth trying to get something, right? If there's a goal, an accomplishment we want in our life, we have to decide these things. If we are in an argument with someone, there comes a point where it's like, this isn't worth it. If you think I'm a villain, you go ahead and think I'm a villain. If that's what you need to make you happy, have fun. I'm going to be somewhere else, not participating in this anymore. The walk away, you have to just walk away from it. This happens on small, medium, large, global scales. And I think we have to figure out where the line is for when is it time for us to walk away. Oh, really? We have done this video several times, mainly because I can't figure out my words tonight. But this little boy, and I think this is probably partly because I was away, but partly because of my own mood, and he senses it. He has been super, super clingy. He has jumped up and given me so many hugs. I've kept fur all over my face. I can feel it because he's shedding. But it's nice that he's here. So, where was I? When is it time to walk away? When we have any type of relationship, a friend, a coworker, a significant other, whatever it is, and you're having an argument, is there a point to walk away? Is there a point to give up your side of it and just be like, whatever, I'll be the one who compromises today, right? Where are those lines? And it's never a single line. There's always different situations have different lines, different friends, people you know versus people you love versus people who've hurt you before versus whatever, right? There's different, the line can be different with all of them. I've really sort of had this reminder, or not, I guess reminder is the best word for it, that if people want me to be the villain in their story, let them. Just let them. I'm not in any big fight with anyone right now, at least not that I'm aware of. I'm sure someone thinks I'm their mortal enemy or something at this point, but no, I'm not. I'm not in any big fight. I've just been sort of thinking about this desire lately to prove to people that honestly, if they knew me and cared about me should not need me to prove it to them, but to prove to people, to the world, that all of this stuff that is attacking people who are other, there's so many things that are under attack right now that personally affect me. As a woman, all of the defunding of women's health research is a direct attack on every woman in this country. The amount of money spent on women's health research is something like 6%. So for every $100, only 6 gets spent on women and the other 94, it's something ridiculous like that. And of that, most of it goes to, I want to say, breast cancer and heart disease research. Women are just so understudied. Doctors in training in medical school are still taught not to give painkillers to women for certain procedures, where they are literally cutting part of your skin out, biopsies, because they're women, they don't feel pain. Every woman could tell you that's a lie. Every woman can tell you that's a lie. Like, it's a lie. As a naturalized citizen, I absolutely always have a thing when immigration is come up, when immigrants are being demonized. People do not think about their words. They use the word immigrant when they don't mean immigrant. They don't want to admit what they mean. And I have confronted people saying stuff, saying, is that really what you think of me? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm an immigrant. Every single thing you just said about me. Oh, not you. Well, I mean the other, what others? Why don't you mean me? Because there are people out there right now who do mean me. And by allowing certain things to happen right now, that is directly making me unsafe. Why am I trying to prove to these people, some of them who have known me for over a decade, that I'm worth more? And the more I've tried to convince certain people, the more painful it is when they can't even see that what they've done and said is about me. Because in their mind, it's not. Because in their mind, they're not connecting the right words. They're using words incorrectly in place of other words that they don't want to admit are the real reasons or the real thing they're upset or railing against. At least that's the only conclusion I can come up with. The price of peace is to walk away. It's to let them think that I'm a crazy loudmouth. It's to let them think that I'm, I don't know, unstable or stupid or ill-informed or dramatic or whatever it is they think. I don't know what it is. I don't think they know what it is. But letting people think of you as the villain in their story and walking away, not wasting your energy, getting yourself worked up and riled up and upset, that's the price of peace. You have to be willing to let them. And I'm talking about that on a very sort of, that's my personal interaction, experience, sort of realization. But then I look at what's going on, and so much of the stuff, the conflict that's going on right now, is because of mostly men who are desperate to force other people to see them as strong, to force other people to agree with them. Do they even believe their own words? Because it doesn't look like it. That whole saying of he doth protest too much. That's what's going on. They're not willing to let other people have their own thoughts, to let them live in peace, to do their own thing over there, not even affecting their lives at all. Just let them. Just walk away. They can say whatever they want. Who cares? As long as they are not turning those words into actions that are hurting other people, who cares what people say? Now, when I say those words are being turned into actions, I also include their words riling others up to do actions on their behalf, because that's not okay either. Why is there always someone who just can't let other people be happy? Leave them alone, right? I think there's a lot going on, and it's very heavy, and there's a lot of people struggling right now. But I also think that we're looking at the wrong thing. We have an opportunity right now to not just choose who we want to be, but to actually be it. We have an opportunity right now to go down in history books as someone who stood up for the people who were being demonized, marginalized, beaten down on, literally and figuratively. We have an opportunity right now to choose whether our actions will be good or bad in the generally accepted realm of what we all say in life is good or bad. We have an opportunity to become our higher, better selves. Are we going to take it? We all have to choose to take that opportunity individually. And if enough of us take it individually, then collectively we have taken it. But no one can make that choice for us, and no one can sort of help us make that choice. We can be inspired by others. There is safety in numbers. If you watch my video on the herd effect and peer pressure, it becomes easier to do the right thing when people around you are doing the right thing, just as it becomes easier to do the wrong thing when people are doing the wrong thing around you. I have a lot going on. I feel like I don't have anything going on, but I also do have a lot going on. And I think that's where my mood is. Am I living the way I will be proud of in 10, 20, 30 years looking back? Am I doing as much as I can do? I mean, the answer to that one is I don't think I am. I think there is more, but I just don't know what more I can be doing. Because I'm also conscious of the fact that doing too much of certain things has a negative effect on my health. So there's a very sort of, and there's a fine line for most of us between doing enough and doing too much. But the price of peace is letting others think what they want and doing what is true to you. Anyway. I hope this one made sense. If you made it this far, thank you. Drop a like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. And if you are struggling right now, be extra kind to yourself tonight. Give yourself the grace that you would give the person you love the most in the world if they came to you and said they were struggling. That's how we change everything.